What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Pokemon White. In the last episode, we managed to obtain some Dream Mist from the Dream Yard, helping Fennel with her experiments and giving us a Sea Gear for our troubles. A Sea Gear that we are not going to be using for this entire Let's Play. I do apologize for that. But we also helped rescue a Munna from the Team Plasma, who seemed to be a little bit more antagonistic than we initially thought. Yeah, they're trying to get people to get rid of their Pokemon, but they're also dicks about it. But anyway, we made it past Striaton City now. We're here on Route 3, and we got a few things to address. First things first is this right here. Pokemon Daycare. We take care of your precious Pokemon. All right, here's how this works. Like any daycare in any other game, you go here, you deposit a Pokemon, it'll sit in here, and for every number of steps you take, it will increase in experience points, constantly gaining levels, and constantly learning moves as it gains those levels. The only thing it cannot do while it is here is evolve. But hold on, the daycare does have another function. Daycare is also good for breeding Pokemon. You need to put two Pokemon who are compatible together and drop them off and see what sort of how many eggs you get out of them. See if you can breed them for things like IVs and abilities and all sorts of different things. And the whole Pokemon breeding rabbit hole, we are not going to be going down that today. But this is the daycare that functions for that specific purpose. It's one of the earliest instances of a daycare in any Pokemon game, so that's pretty nice. But aside from that, no real reason to stop here. I'm actually going to be storing Lillipup in here. Raise your Lillipup for a while, come back for it later. So let's get the heck on out of here. And yeah, she'll just gain levels as we go. Now, this is also a daycare, but it is not a Pokemon daycare. In fact, are you familiar with double battles? You do have a gym badge after all. You're well at double battles or Pokemon battles where each side uses two Pokemon. Talk to this lady. Your Pokemon, they don't seem to be healthy. Let them rest here for a bit. So we actually have ourselves a little Pokemon Center, a micro Pokemon Center here in this daycare. Pokemon are really energetic, and we can talk to everybody in here, see what they have to say. What's up, kids? What do you got going on? Yeah. What about you? Rawr! I'll run. Are you going to chase me? You run. Am I going to chase you? Change your perspective and the reality changes. I'm getting out of here. That kid scares me. Seriously, guys are all just little boys. Well, you're a preschooler, ma'am. You're all preschool. They're all little kids. I don't even want to hear it from you. Anyways, as we head out into the yard, though, we're actually going to be having some Pokemon battles out here between the preschoolers and the daycare workers themselves. So let's go and do some fighting. We got, like I said, we got Arthur right on the cusp of evolving, which is kind of a huge deal. And this is going to be pretty much his last chance to get a bunch of experience as we go. So let's try to get him to level 17 at the very least before we go any further. That would, I think, be pretty huge. And that Leaf Tornado is going to be doing wonders. Thank goodness for that. We got a Munna next, so that's pretty darn cool. And yeah, if we can just get this evolution going, then we can go worry about catching ourselves our next Pokemon. And I mean, you literally only have to guess which one of the two that I talked about in the last one it is, given that it's, you know, one of the only new options here. Trying to leave you guys in the dark isn't really going to work all that great. I'm well aware, but I would like to at least show it on screen when we actually get to it. So, beat Nursery 8 Autumn. We still got some preschoolers to beat up. But before I do that really quickly, inside the sandbox there is actually a hidden item somewhere, and I'm actually going to take a look around for it and see if I can find it. There is an item that we're going to be able to get later in the... There you are! There's an item we're going to get later on in the game that's going to allow us to find those hidden items with more ease. But in the meantime, I do actually know where most of them are offhand, or at least their relative area, so being able to search around for those will be pretty simple. But that's an Ultra Ball right there, which is the highest catch rate under normal circumstances of any Pokeball in the game. Basically, the only thing better than it is a Master Ball, and eventually we'll be able to get to those, but getting one this early on in the game is kind of huge. So it's gonna have its place, and I'm probably gonna end up using it to catch a Pokemon in due time. Just wanted to see how much Leaf Tornado would do, even with the not very effective damage. And oh, it's gonna get rid of my Oran Berry. I never did get to use that. Oops. I still have a couple more on hand, but gosh dang monkeys. I think each of the kids in here have a different monkey. So let's just battle each of them. Hopefully you're the Panpour kid. And then I think the one over by the slide is the Pansage kid. But I could obviously have that flipped. It's Panpour. Okay, good. That I can handle. So we should be able to get to level 17 with Arthur after this one right here. Honestly, getting him to evolve so quickly is huge. Why is Leaf Tornado missing so much, though? Like, I know it's not 100% accurate, but it's 90% accurate. And the fact that it's missed twice in 5 tries Does not bode well. There we go. Down goes Panpour. And there we go. Arthur is level 17. If you did not learn Leaf Tornado early as Snivy, you get another chance here to learn it as soon as it evolves. But let's take a look and see what Arthur looks like once he is a big boy now. A teenager, if you will. They grow up so fast. Congratulations, your Arthur evolved into Servine. Cool. We got, what, 19 levels to go before he evolves again? But hey, you know, that's plenty for me. Now let's battle this kid, and then we can call it. We can also take a ride on the slide, too. Why not? I think that would be a little bit fun, and then we can continue through the route and get actually to where there's some grass so I can actually catch myself a Pokemon. But Pansage is next. Okay. So I'll just tackle my way through this one. No use in wasting another Leaf Tornado on this thing. Shouldn't be all that bad. Now, I do want to also mention that you're probably going to see me make some weird inputs as I go throughout this game. That is more due to the fact that I'm using kind of a third-party controller for all of this, just because it allows me to play further away from my DS. So, yeah, I apologize for that if you sometimes see me press like in a weird direction at times, but that's just because this controller isn't the best, but I didn't want to also be deliberately on top of my DS while I was recording due to the way my setup works. All right, let's go down the slide and... Are you kidding me? That is the most anticlimactic. They couldn't even give this like little slide phys. Oh my gosh. Lame. All right, let's proceed. Let's see what we get up here. Oh, hold on. Charon, what are you doing here? What's up? Levi, stop. We both have a trio badge. Let's see which one of us is stronger. Okay. I mean, I guess I don't really have a choice in the matter, but let's do battle against Charon. It's an item up there in the grass I want to grab as well. So here we go. He's going to send out Tepig. All right. Why do you always... It's interesting that he always starts with that one as opposed to using it second. But we actually are at a little bit of an HP disadvantage. Hopefully I can do some good damage here. Defense Curl. Let's see how much Leaf Tornado does. I know it's not very effective, but with the same type attack bonus and Tepig's much worse special defenses, this might actually be okay. But I obviously want to see for myself. Not bad, and lowering that accuracy is a nice bonus. He's going to use an Oran Berry there. Gosh dang it. Hey, avoid the attack. Leaf Tornado's doing its job. That's what I like to see. Let's just keep using it. I can obviously go heal back at the daycare lady soon enough. Another accuracy drop is big. And since he's still using Defense Curl, I'll just use Leaf Tornado one more time. Might as well use the rest of them. We've only got a total of 3 here. So come on. Almost. I think we're at the point now where I'm safe to use the tackle and just finish this thing off. Should be more than enough. There we go. Big experience for Arthur. No, never mind. That was honestly not as big as I thought it was going to be. Oh, because Tepig is not evolved, there is a reason why, or that is the reason why it was so few. And then, wow, so Leaf Tornado missed 3 out of 10 times on this, out of the 10 chances we had with it. So that's a little bit rough, but I know it can be a little more accurate than that. But anyway, there we go. We've defeated Charon. Yeah, just because they have the same number of gym matches doesn't mean we're on the same page, Charon. That's not how that works. I see. So that's how you battle. Out of the way! Wait, what? Oh gosh, not those guys again. Sockheads! What's that about? Bianca, why are you running? Hey, where are those people headed? That way, but why are you running now? Oh, seriously, they run so fast. Miss, oh, my Pokemon? It'll be okay, it'll be okay, don't cry. Bianca, really, why were you running? You have to hear this. Those people stole this girl's Pokemon. Should have spoken up sooner. We're going to get this Pokemon pack. Bianca, please stay by the girl's side. Well, okay. Well, I want to go heal, but I don't want to like run past you and act like I'm abandoning anything. So I'm just going to go grab this item here really quickly. And we'll get ourselves a Super Potion. And before I go any further, I am going to go and catch myself the brand new team member. There you are. There it is. That's exactly what I was looking for. A Blitzel. Yes, we're going to be adding this to our team. But I got to make sure that I obviously don't knock the thing out. And given the fact, woof, that was a lot of damage. Given the fact that Arthur has kind of used all of his Leaf Tornadoes, I think it would be very smart to try to actually use Blitzel right off the bat. And you know what? I'm going to put you in a Great Ball. I know I probably could easily catch you with a Pokeball, But why the heck not? Let's give you a little bit of variety in terms of the Pokeballs we're using here. It'd actually be kind of nice to get the entire team in different Pokeballs. But there we go. Blitzel was caught. And that's it. So I'm going to be doing another pop culture reference here with the name of my Blitzel. We're going to be nicknaming it after another very famous zebra in pop culture. I'm going to go with Marty. And only because he is a male, I would go a completely different route if it was female. But it just so happens that it works out exactly the way I need it to. And there we go. All right. So Marty, level 9. And we're going to actually check his stats here really quickly. See what he has. He has got a lonely nature. Interesting. So lonely reduces defense, which is not the most ideal, but increases physical attack, which is actually huge in his case because Blitzel is more of a physical attacker. So while it's not the most ideal lowered stat, I will absolutely take what it increases. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to heal him up really quickly. I'll just use my fresh water, I guess. Well, no, a potion's enough, I suppose. We'll just use a couple of those, one on Marty and another on Arthur, and then we can continue. We're probably going to be doing some power swapping as we go, because obviously Marty isn't going to be the most cut out for this, but as we head up to Charon, they're right inside here. Levi, your Pokemon's HP is fine. You're ready to go, right? Let's do it. All right, we got to go put an end to these Team Plasma Jokers. And as soon as we head on inside, instead of talking about the new Pokemon that we can get in here, I'm actually going to be dropping a repel first things first, and we're just going to go and what is the word I'm thinking of? Confront these guys. Wow, I don't know why that was so hard to think of. Same thing for all your Pokemon, so hand them over to us now. Better yet, we'll just take them. Okay, it looks like are we going to be doing a double battle, Charon, or am I battling one while you battle the other? Nope, I'm battling one while you battle the other. Okay. So he's going to be starting off with a Patrat. Well, I will definitely use Marty as much as I can here and try to brute force my way through this, because he's got a lot of work to do. Here's the thing about Marty in this situation. I really, 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 really need Marty to be really strong for an upcoming gym. It's not the next one, but it's the one after the fact. And he is going to be getting most of the not all of it. He's going to be getting most of the focus for quite some time as a result, until I can get him to learn a certain move and also hopefully even evolve him. So expect to see Marty get used a lot, but also don't be surprised because it's really just him and the Arthur show at this point anyway. Oh man, those bites hurt. Yeah, that lowered physical attack is going to be really, or physical defense, excuse me, is going to be really rough with his nature. But I'm just going to bite the bullet and deal with it. I think it'll be doable. I know that there was also a Leer in play, but whatever. What? How could we lose when we have right on our side? Not bad, Levi. Okay, go return the Pokemon to that girl. You don't need to return it. What? There's more? How troublesome. Not only do you fail to understand, but you actually got in our way to boot. There's 2 of you and 2 of us. We'll show you our combined power and we teach you you're right. So there were more of them. Still, why are Pokemon robbers acting so self-righteous? Levi, we've been friends our whole lives. We got each other's back when it counts. Let's show them how it's done. And now we have a proper double battle. So once again, we got Marty in front, although I think I'm going to be doing a quick swap as soon as this battle begins. Because, yeah, they're both using Patrat, which, I mean, that's fine and all. I can handle that, but I would much rather have my Snivy out to play at the beginning of this fight. So let's do a little swap here. And this should still push Marty over the edge to level 10, which is more than enough. I might actually go and see if I can track down maybe 1 or 2 Audino off-screen between episodes, because that is going to help me out a lot. Don't be using Detect. She's using Bite on Tepig and not me. All right. I can't use any Leaf Tornadoes in this scenario, so we're just going to have to rely on Vine Whip. Problem that Detect is just going to be a time waster. Thank goodness for the crit there, though. Marty got to level 10 on that one. Beautiful. He's still got a ways to go before he learns any super great moves. What's funny about Blitzel, though, is it actually learns a fire move well before it learns an electric type move, or at least an electric type of move that can actually do damage. So something to keep in mind. But there we go. Team Plasma Grunts have been defeated. I love how they just shout Plasma, too. Plasma! What is that meant to accomplish? In order to liberate Pokemon from foolish people, we will take their Pokemon. Whatever. What a waste of time. Come on. What reason could possibly justify stealing Pokemon from people? Pokemon trainers like you are making Pokemon suffer. What do you mean trainers are making Pokemon suffer? I don't get that at all. we'll give you back the Pokemon, but be aware of how this Pokemon suffers from being used by people. Someday, open your eyes to your own complicity. Trainers bring out their Pokemon's strength. Pokemon believe in their trainers and respond to that. I don't understand what about that makes Pokemon suffer. Okay, Levi, I'll return the Pokemon. You do that, Charon. And guys, that is about it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon White. I hope you all enjoyed it very much, except, really quickly, before we go any further, I do want to take the time and talk about the new Pokemon that can be gotten in this area, and then I think we can have our little send-off here. It would probably behoove me to do it at the beginning of the next episode, but screw it. We're getting out of this cave next time anyway. So with all that said, let's go over the brand new Pokemon that can be gotten here. Roggenrola, Woobat, and Drillbur. Roggenrola is a pure rock type that evolves into Boldore at level 25 and again into Gigalith when traded. This line is entirely physical, both offensively and defensively, but it actually has a serviceable special defense stat once evolved into Gigalith. It's built to take punishment and hit back hard, but its speed is abysmal, not unlike a certain psychic type we talked about earlier, Masharna. It's also capable of learning pretty much every good rock move one could ask of it, including Rock Slide and Stone Edge, and its access to Earthquake via TM later on rounds out its moveset pretty nicely. The biggest drawback with this line is simply just getting it there. Waiting all the way till level 25 can be a little much for Roggenrola as it's pretty pitiful in its base form, and needing to trade to get to Gigalith can be a huge barrier to entry. But if you can get it there, you're honestly rewarded with one of the best monotype physical Pokemon in the game, and I mean that sincerely. Woobat is a psychic flying dual-type Pokemon that evolves into Swoobat with a high friendship stat, and that alone can make trying to use this Pokemon a pretty bitter pill to swallow. Leveling up via friendship can often take a very long time unless you use unconventional means, and Swoobat itself isn't really strong enough to be worth the effort, coming in at a total base stat of just 425, putting it solidly down in F tier with Watchog. Its best stat is speed, and its second best stat is special attack, which is honestly even then pretty below average, and it's not like it learns any moves that offset any of its weaknesses. Its signature move, and I'm going to say that with massive air quotes, is Heart Stamp, which it learns at level 15. It has a base power of 60 and has a 30% chance to flinch, which sounds alright in theory, but with that 57 attack stat, you're really not going to get any value out of this move. Its interesting dual typing just can't make up for how abysmal it is in every other area, and I'm sorry to say, but I just can't see a reason to use this thing other than that it's not quite the worst Pokemon line in the entire game, just the second worst. Drillbur is a ground-type Pokemon that gains a steel typing when evolving into Excadrill at level 31, and this line is friggin' awesome. When evolved, this thing has a whopping 135 base attack stat, a very high HP stat to offset its poor defenses, and some solid speed to boot, making it a not-so-brittle powerhouse that can easily sweep a lot of teams that aren't ready for it, even in the most competitive of settings. From the very get-go, this thing has been an OU tier staple and still is to this very day, and there's a reason for that. But we're not here to focus on competitive, obviously. No, we're just here to say that if you need a good physical sweeper on your team, you can't do much better than this, and that's even with Emboar in mind. My one knock against Excadrill is that it really doesn't do much with its steel typing, however, learning only Metal Claw at level 15. In the sequel, it's able to learn Iron Head via a move tutor, which is a much better option, but here in good old Black and White, you pretty much need to think of this guy as a ground type only and use it as such. And in that regard, I have to advocate for it as the best of them all in this generation. And now, to finish off this episode, let's get the heck on out of here and let's talk about that TM that we just picked up really quickly. It is a physical attack called Thief, which is got a base power of 40, accuracy of 100, and it will steal the held item of the Pokemon that gets hit by it. Really, the only Pokemon I can teach you to is Amy. It's not a super great move that I can really make use of all that much, but it does have its places in teams and is honestly pretty good if for some reason you have decided to use a Purloin up to this point. But other than that, can't really recommend it. Guys, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much. In the next episode, we will return to Bianca, the little girl, Charon, all of them, and see what's going on. I also have another few more trainers to battle. We got to get through the rest of this route. There's also some more items to get, and I got to work on making Marty a bit stronger so that he can actually start to hold his own. So with all that said, I will see you all in the next one.